So you might be in the market looking for siding for your house, and you're wondering, what about Hardie, James Hardie siding? Should I go with that, like a fiber cement style siding, or a vinyl? So this video is for you if you're wondering about fiber cement siding like a Hardie board. First, a little bit of history on the James Hardie. So James Hardie was a real guy back in the 1800s who I believe is from Europe and moved to Australia and started a partnership there with somebody, and through the years developed different products. Today, James Hardie is known specifically and mostly for their fiber cement building products, exterior building products, and siding is a very popular one of those. So the pros of James Hardie siding, and again, I say James Hardie because that's the most recognizable brand name in the fiber cement siding family, but there are other companies out there that provide a similar product. There are some knockoffs, so you need to be careful. If you go with James Hardie, you can't go wrong. Probably the biggest one is longevity. Because it's a fiber cement product, it will last forever. It's made of literally Portland cement, sand, water, and then they have like a fiberglass fiber embedded in that as well, which creates a very long-lasting product. It will last for a very long time. So longevity is a really big deal when you're considering James Hardie. Another one is the look. It looks great. A smooth kind of look. Or here's a select cedar mill. We can see the profile to make it look like cedar. It also comes in a wide range of colors. I have a sample box here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, probably 15 different color options here. So that's probably the biggest reason, just the longevity of it. Unlike a vinyl siding, which the vinyl itself might not be porous, but water does get behind a vinyl siding system. To avoid that, people often go with the fiber cement because it's a sealed system. So the pieces overlap each other like this, and then all the joints get caulked. Wherever it runs up against the window or a door frame, that gets caulked. And because it's a non-porous surface and painted, there's no water getting in there. You can have as much wind blowing, you can have blowing rain, you can have storm conditions. This stuff is going to hold up. Vinyl siding, they can get ripped off, it can get punctured by hail and all those things, whereas this is a lot more hardy, forgive my pun, but just it's going to stand up to severe elements much better. Another thing along the lines of getting beat up, think of a mower throwing a stone against the house. That happens to all of us occasionally. If you get a vinyl siding, it's going to punch right through it. James Hardie is going to last. It's also fireproof or fire resistant as well as water. It doesn't rot like wood does, and it's got lots of different color options. Actually, here it says hundreds of color options. They can literally pretty much do any color you want. All right, so now for the downside of Hardie. Just like is usually the case with a better product, guess what? It's going to be more expensive. Usually to the tune of 2 or 3 times as much as a vinyl system. That is basically built out of 2 factors. The material is a lot more costly to produce, and therefore it's more expensive for us. Secondly, it's a lot more labor intensive. This stuff is heavy. It's heavy duty stuff, and you have to install it right. Vinyl siding, it'll just hang on the wall there, no problem. But this stuff, if you don't fasten it correctly, it's going to slide off. It's a lot more labor intensive to install. So materials and labor make up for a much more expensive job with the fiber cement siding. Make sure you get somebody who installs it correctly, who is approved and certified by James Hardie, and who follows best practice. You have to install it correctly because it's a heavy product and it's supposed to last a long time. What about maintenance? Painting, specifically. James Hardie has kind of 2 ways you can go. They can send you a pre-primed product, which you then paint in your choice of color, or you can get what's known as the ColorPlus technology, which comes pre-painted. So even with the best paint, which they have sprayed on from the manufacturer, after 15, 20, 25 years, it's going to fade, and after a while, the paint will crack and break down and will need to be repainted. So that is a drawback from this product. It's going to be a lot cheaper the second time around. The first time, upfront costs, expensive. From there on out, maintenance is going to be cheap and it's going to last a very long time with repainting every 20, 30 years, depending on kind of where you live and the weather conditions. So all in all, would I recommend James Hardie siding? I would. It's not for everybody. If you're in your forever home, I would say go James Hardie. Maybe you're in your first house and you're not sure if you're going to stay there for the long term. Obviously, you can always do James Hardie, but a vinyl siding might be more the way to go for you. So there you have it, pros, cons of Hardie siding. It's a great product overall, not for everybody because of the cost, but if you can afford it and you like the looks, definitely go for it. It's worth the money. If you have more questions or more specific questions about whether this might be for you, feel free to reach out to me here at Joyland Roofing, and we'd be glad to help you decide on which product is best for you.